Hello, once again, this is Terrence Warren, Cisco Tutor Guy, and I'm bringing you another lab from my CCNA lab series. And this is the OSPF lab. Now, I've done the OSPF lab previously, but this one was one of the ones that I got on my CCNA exam just recently. And this one was a little different because in my first OSPF lab video, you had access to all three routers and you had to configure OSPF on all three routers. Well, on this lab particularly, you only have access to one router. So you only have to do it on one. But like I said, but if you know the concepts, you know how to configure OSPF, then it's the same process. You're just doing it on one router. So here I have this lab and the instructions, right? So, and it says all physical cabling is in place. Routers 2 and 3 are inaccessible. Configure OSPF routing for the network and ensure R1 has joined area 0 without network statements. So our first task is to configure OSPF on R1 with a process ID and a router. And so the process ID is going to be 33. And we're going to have to do a show IP interface brief to see what the router ID is going to be. Task 2, like I said, we don't have access to the second and third router. So we only got to do the configurations on this one router. So here I have the packet tracer version, and we're going to go ahead and pull that up. All right. And we're accessing router 1 right now. Let's move this over. I'm going to get right into the command line. Enable. Config T. So let's do a show IP interface with show IP interface brief. So as we can see, the interface, the G1 and the G0 and the G1 interfaces are up. So the one that we're going to use as the one that's going to be the router ID is 10.0.33.1. All right. So that's the one we're going to start with. Or is it? You know what? Let's start with 0, the 00 interface. Let's look at them first. 01, 00. Okay. Well, we got to configure on both of them, so it don't really matter which one we do first. But we're going to use the 33.1 as the router ID. So let's go ahead and configure OSPF router. OSPF 33. And we're going to use router ID of router ID 10.0.33.1. Okay, so now that we've turned on OSPF on our router, we're going to get into the first interface. So interface GI0/0. IP OSPF 33 area 0 as per the instructions. And now we got to set a router priority. So it would be IP OSPF priority 255. And that's by default. It's always 255. This is always the priority. So now that we're done with that interface, we're going to interface the next one. Interface GI0/1. And it's the same thing. We're going to put the same command. So it's IP OSPF 33 area 0. IP OSPF priority 255. And there we have it. So that's all there is to it. So if we do, let's exit and do, let's see, show IP OSPF neighbor. I think that's came out command. I don't remember. Hmm. Show OSPF. All right. I don't remember. Let's see. Show. Okay. I'm drawing a blank of this command. I'm gonna have to use the help menu. But what we want to do is verify that we have OSPF configured. Now, normally you would use that to see if you have configured on all three routers. Cannot remember the command, so it'll come back to me. But it's let's see. I'm in. Oh, I know why. I have to exit. All right, so clear. This is how you verify. Clear is to clear the OSPF processes. Now we're going to do a show command. Show IP OSPF neighbors. And you see it's showing both the other routers and how we're connected. This is the output that you should get as neighbors. So you get the 2.2 and the 3.3. So that's how you verify, and that's all there is to it. So we verify that OSPF is connected and that an adjacency has formed. The last thing you need to do to complete this lab is to save your work. I usually do a write mem because I'm old school and that's how I used to do it. But as per the test, you might have to put like copy run start or something like that. But that was it, people. That was the OSPF lab for the CCNA lab series. That was the one of the ones that I got on my CCNA exam. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned the concepts. I hope you learned what you need to do to complete this lab. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.